Hello, everybody. As usual, we will leave some time here for folks to join up, as it usually does take a minute or two for things like that. Here he comes. Here they come. Here we go. So, as you can see, I don't look very sick, do I? It's because I wasn't sick this morning. I overused my voice. I didn't have it really for the morning show. I do appreciate all of the kind words. I appreciate all of the suggestions. I appreciate the laughter I got at all of you. I had no idea I had so many telemedicine professionals, so many doctors out there able to diagnose me without even looking at me, just listening to my voice. But it was just my voice. What's up, Dano? Thanks for the teal pair, starting us off in the right way. Just my voice, nothing else. And after the morning show, help get the kids breakfast together. What's up, T. Cole? Am I wearing the same shirt as in your? I think I am. The rotation, it works that way. Anyway, right after the morning news, I helped make the kids breakfast. I packed the kids' lunches, took them to school. And then I went to the gym and I did a workout that would probably cripple about 90% of you guys. So, no, I'm not sick, but I appreciate your support and good thoughts. My voice isn't exactly 100%, but as you can see, we're good. So, anyway, let's go over some of the rules here for the live stream and live chat. Rule number 1, you do not talk about Fight Club. No, that's not the right list. Texas man, thank you for the teal pair. How's the arm? I have no idea what you're talking about. My arms are fine, bro. So, as you can see, the video title is about the galactic impact, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that. Then we'll sort of open it up. I will apologize in advance while I'm going over the recent story. I will not be paying as much attention to the super chats. I may catch it, may respond. I may not at the time being, but anyway. So, hopefully you guys saw the video. And when was this? What day did I cover that? April 15th, the April 15th morning show when we were talking about the Ibex ribbon. Now, if you are new to the topic of Earth's catastrophe cycle, the solar system shift, or the galactic current sheet, which is imparting this cyclical event upon our solar system, find the Earth disaster playlist listed below the video. Proceed from there as an antidote to the ignorance. But if you do know what you're talking about, I want you to pay pretty close attention to this. So, we have talked about the changes on Earth. We have talked about the changes on all the planets. We have talked about the changes on the sun, all of which are of a magnetic nature or are imparting the kinds of changes that you would expect if we were getting a magnetic shift. We have also seen the interplanetary space changing, more interstellar pickup ions, more energetic neutral atoms, more dust. A smart individual might say, okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, Thank you, Adam. Not sure you guys could hear the little ones. You're going to hear them today. They're all on fire down there. They're going to really test my babysitter. I feel like you guys should be tipping my babysitter, honestly. I already do. Chill. Anyway, with all of these changes going throughout the solar system, interplanetary space, the sun, if it is the galactic current sheet, a smart individual might say, well, wait, hold your horses there, Mr. Davidson. We should be seeing changes with the Ibex ribbon, shouldn't we? Considering that is the interstellar imprint on the outskirts of the sun's magnetic field. And I would have to say, I think you're right. We would have to see such a thing, wouldn't we? And if you saw the morning show on April 15th, boy, do we have them. I can't believe the changes in the Ibex ribbon over just a 10-year span. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, I do see a couple of super chats here. Thoughts on having babies, knowing what's coming? Yo, don't be one of these. We need as many server-like minds in the future as possible. Sack up and do it. Oh, I don't want to have children. The world today is such a, how could you bring children in the world? Because I'm not a little bee. That's how. Because I like the idea of my kids starting off the next stage of Earth. Anyway, April 15th morning show, we went over the changes to the Ibex ribbon. This is exactly what you would need to see. It's not only, this could be evidence of that galactic sheet interaction. No. Given everything else we've talked about, and I do mean everything else we have talked about in Earth's catastrophe cycle, we must see that with the Ibex ribbon, and we finally got the data. So that was, it's interesting. On one hand, it's good to see that from the whole confirmation of the hypothesis, knowing we're on the right track. Of course, the implications of all of this are not good at all. I still wake up and spend every day hoping that I'm going to see something that implies we're wrong about all of this stuff that's going on. And day by day, I'm disappointed on that front. John Galt, are you going to be the Dan in Winter of today? Anyway, does anybody have any questions about this story about the Ibex ribbon, or why it implies what it implies, or why we needed to see something like that to be certain that we are all on the right track? Yo, 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 yo. That's quite the name, and you should watch the playlist because I go over that in the playlist. You know that thing I told you to do at the beginning of the video? Find the Earth Disaster playlist, watch it as an antidote to thine ignorance so we don't ask questions like that. Chris Stevens, how can Antarctica have such old ice? Ooh, that's a lot of faith you're putting in there, isotope dating. And again, watch the playlist. I go over this in the playlist. Those of you who are typing questions into the chat, ask yourself, have I thoroughly studied the playlist? And if the answer is no, stop doing what you are doing. Commercial. What is the ribbon relative speed? The ribbon is not moving. It's an imprint on the outer heliosphere of the sun. Yes, T. Cole, we are here to play in the cosmic Super Bowl. I am a believer that each one of us chose to come here at this time to be a part of this for some purpose. And boy, would be a shame to let this world steal that recognition from you or dissuade you from what you did, what you came here for. Fire Dog, I just dished out the knowledge, bruv. We're 10 minutes into the show. I just laid out the key science I wanted to go over. I'm transitioning like Dylan Mulvaney into the question and answer section of the show right now. That's funny. That's funny. Yes, I watched Elon Musk on Tucker Carlson. Bush Buggin says if we roll, it's really not survivable. Incorrect. Because it happens every 12,000 years. And here we are. You bet your bottom dollar it's survivable. Absolutely. Second rule, you do not talk about Fight Club. Anyway, please tell us more about ibex. That's a very expansive question. What do you mean? Please tell us more about ibex. It's a satellite. Measures energetic neutral atoms and several other things. Through the measurement of them, it is able to map the outer heliosphere of the sun that wraps around our solar system. Rue says, sometimes Twitter depletes my energy. YouTube, man? It's Twitter fuel. One of it reminds me of what we're doing here. How many NPCs there are in the world. A lot. Tricky Vicky said, how fast would the Earth turn over? 90-degree tilt, one day. Dano, what you got? A saying borrowed from a wise man, this world has a heart condition, separating the rotten fruit from the living fruit. Maybe. Okay. Annie Oakley, you seem hangry. Elon has been on fire, T. Cole. The 69% government funded thing for the Canadian broadcasting. That was absolutely hilarious. Elizabeth, thank you for the teal pair. Gotta love it. Look at all these questions that are so basic. Somebody just asked, what time frame do I think that we'll see this flip? Everybody in the chat, when do we expect this thing to go down? Everybody in the chat, when do we expect this thing to go down? Who wrote 2100? Jeez, come on. One Polynation asks, how does one explain this stuff to one's children? If they're too young, you don't. A lot of it requires a pragmatism based on how well you know your child. But I have a question, One Polynation. Are you poly? And you know what I mean by that. Are you poly? I have some good poly jokes, by the way. What's up, Barefoot Gardener? How you doing? Look at how many people know when this is supposed to happen. You guys want to hear my poly jokes? All right, so when a member of the poly community wants to spend just a night by themselves, night in, alone, what board game do they play? Monopoly. You know how back in the day when somebody was a nerd or a geek, they would call them a square? Well, what shape do you call a member of the poly community that's had enough with it? They're just like, you know what, I'm not going to do this poly stuff anymore. I'm out. What shape do you call them? Polygon. Ah, boom shakalaka. People writing dad jokes. You know I have 3 children, right? I met a couple of folks in the poly community. The only thing I could think to do was start making jokes. Judy says, have you discussed the solar eclipse? No, there's nothing to discuss. Did you know that there are between 2 and 6 eclipses every year? Every year? There's nothing to discuss. Super, thanks for the teal pair. Loving it. Loving it. Midlander NC, how is water supplied at the ranch? Well, I have gone over that in these shows before, but beyond that, mind your own business. Opinion on flat earthers. Complete lunatics. Complete lunatics. Total nonsense. How does AI fit into the coming end? I don't have a crystal ball. That's a dihydrogen monoxide joke right there. Do you guys get that? All right, now I have to cough and it's going to look like I'm sick. But that was funny. How fast of a tilt in miles per hour? I know it's in one day. Don't make me do math. No, I am going to make you do math, Tricky Vicky. I suppose you're asking the miles an hour question because you want to know how fast the water is going to be going or how fast the winds are going. The problem is it's not going to go like this to all of a sudden full speed tilting over. It's going to start gradually, a slow acceleration up to the peak, such that even if at peak speed it's going 400 miles an hour, you're never going to see wind or water going that fast. I assure you. I assure you. I'm still laughing at the hydrogen monoxide thing. Piece of beef liver in my throat from the dinner I just ate before coming on to talk to you guys. No, I do not do the one-on-one calls anymore. Sorry. Is there truth to galactic sporical adaptations? I have no idea what that means. Sounds fascinating. Polynomials? Oh, that's what you call somebody in the poly community going on August Dunning's dry fast. If horses' hooves did not burn during the Carrington event, could grounding metallic devices protect them during the micronova? First of all, the Carrington event is about 1,000 times weaker than the solar micronova. Horses with metal on their hooves, they're going to feel that one. Hey, Liz, what's up? How do you think the negative CME headed our way will affect us? Have we had one before? I've never seen one before. I don't expect it'll be anything scary, but it should be scientifically interesting. Good to see you, Liz, and it was great to meet you in person. AA and the 12 steps show a reasonable democracy model. Do they? I don't know enough about AA to comment on that. In fact, I know nothing about AA. I'm just here for the banter, says Ricardo. The sycophants and ignoramuses deliver the most entertainment. They really do. And then we got people who say things with such authority, like extinguishify. Your nervous system will be fried if you're outside. Why is that? You don't think it might be worse to be inside or underground where the currents are stronger, surrounded by electrical devices? Mary Smith, thank you for the teal pair. Appreciate it. Hey, Lori, how you doing? I, too, am glad the Tates are free. Good to see you here. Huh. Dano talking about fungus that people use for medical purposes. They may be found in space dust. I don't know anything about that either. Sounds interesting. Amos Channel 2. There's no way to know when the Beaufort Gyre is going to release. It should have released years ago. We have absolutely no idea how long it's going to sit there holding on. Good question, though. Tam Tom 711. Crunchy peanut butter or creamy? Jam or jelly? Wheat or white bread? Cut off the crust or leave it on. All right, so crunchy and no to the other things. Not one or the other, just no. G to GG. Are you being serious with that one? I don't think there's enough metal on Earth. Yo, 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 yo. Watch the playlist. Every single question you have posted here, you can answer yourself. Whiskey, weed, or women? Women. Hands down. Bruv. You still don't know how to make liver palatable? Presuming you've tried it with onions, because that's what everybody tries first. My favorite thing is cooking it in butter with a lot of salt. And it tastes delicious. Brooke. Ralph Russell says women and weed go good together. For a while. Don't get attached to that, though. Don't get attached to that one. Bush Buggin says, what the F is the playlist? That's funny. All right, do we have any legit questions here? Only beef liver or other animals? I wouldn't be opposed to eating other animals in terms of the liver, but I do like beef liver. It's quite good. Delicious. Don Z. Hey, Ben, late to the chat, so sorry if this was asked. Is there a good place to send my mother-in-law for definitions of some of the common terms used? A dictionary or Google? Would be the best way for me to answer that. T called you asked that twice. Oh no, I just missed the other ones. You guys have any good way to cook beef heart? Make it good? The oxygenator. You got a proper chip on your shoulders. What a knob. Is that your girl in my DMs, bruv? Cough. Ben, are we in a simulation? I'm not Jesus. I don't know. What's your biome in Colorado? It was cool to meet you and Keith and other observers back on the first. What's my biome in Colorado? I'm not sure I know how to answer that. We have like 8 different agro zones here. Each one with a different microbiome. Jay Henmei, that's a funny comment. It's a good one. Anyone prophesize these current events to me? No, that would have made my life real easy. Wouldn't have had to read so many darn papers over the last couple of years. Ugh. He's fine. Boil beef heart, slice, then pan fry in butter. A touch of white wine? Maybe. We'll see. Scott McCrum. I'm going to say this once. First of all, her name is not Dr. Tabitha. It's Tamika. And no, she does not. She uses NASA's and NOAA's. She hates the observers. She thinks the sun has nothing to do with climate change. She thinks there is no risk whatsoever to the Earth's magnetic pole shift. If you can't stop yourself from that little thirst trap of watching her pretty little self dance around on there, you've lost my respect. That's funny. Do my kids eat like me? No, they do not. Neither does Cat. Ralph, what's up? Ralph, the galactic current sheet first arrived in 1859. It's an ongoing thing. I expect us to cross through the part where we get the actual galactic magnetic reversal some point in the next 15 to 20 years or so. The things that I talk about in the solar system, the things happening to the Earth, the things happening to the sun, this is what it does to us. But it's good to see you, my friend. And sorry about your power outage. That stinks. Soak beef heart in milk? I don't know about that one. Denise says, good evening, Ben. Honestly, I do not know how you deal with some of the crap these people comment. Thank you for what you do. You know, I don't either, other than the fact that I get salty sometimes. GG via M Fat W. I guess you missed my debunking of that complete clown fraud. But maybe you just don't remember from all the weed you're smoking. Jeez. Mammoth donkey milk. That I will try. Vigilance Committee says CMEs are not a threat. I'll tell you what, buddy. How about you go suck a railroad spike the next time we have a major CME coming, okay? What do you guys think? Should I just get salty on all the idiots in the chat right now? Like, should it be like a chat at your own risk, or else daddy's going to roast you kind of situation? Look at this. Oh, Jesse says no. Some people say yes. Some people say no. Look at that. Barefoot Gardener, beef heart and liver is part of making sausage? No, just as they are, bruv. It appears I've broken the chat. Do you dry sauna after training? Yes, I do. Helps me with recovery and help with my depression. Oh, that's good to hear, Caleb. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. You've mentioned many times going non-tech after the flash, but prior to that, are you doing something like printing out a Rebuild Society library like CD3WD? I have no idea what CD3WD is, but we've got plans. Next. Do you know the work of Dan Winter and his centripetal fractal vortex based on descending golden ratio to Planck dimension as being entrance to something? I don't know what to think of them. I don't know what to think of that at all. Yes, Rocky, I do like green eggs and ham. Obviously. Have I done the 500 push-ups in 24 hours challenge? It is evil. Bro, I could do a lot more than 500 push-ups in a day. Dupper Bob, much appreciate that. Very many push-ups though. Big weight, bruv. Micronova this cycle, asked John Murphy. Probably not. Again, Dupper, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Forgotten Promise, it does feel like a romper room. And I don't know how to stop this thing from happening. Push-up contest? Okay. Nathan, good to see you. Amy, good to see you. Hey, Total Property, why don't you replace that sheep with a goat? How about that? A line of salt keeps the slugs at bay. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Ben, it's great to hear, man. It's fantastic. Subcoder, what's up, man? Peak of the pole flip and micronova occur simultaneously, which is what I expect. Would the perturbation in the magnetosphere mitigate the effects of the micronova at all? No. No. The micronova induces the pole flip. Flash, flooding, Then mini ice age. That's correct, Pino. Intrinsic mystic. Any word yet on Learning Center courses at the ranch? Well, the Learning Center is basically built. No, I have not released the kinds of courses or any kind of schedule yet. Probably won't happen until closer to when we open. Hugo's asked, what does Ben do when he's not observing? First of all, I'm observing about 16 hours a day. Other than that, I'm being dad and I'm at the gym. I do not have hobbies. I do not waste my time doing anything. People who meet me in real life and actually get a view of how I live, like every once in a while, I invite Rocky's family over for like wings and pizza. And ask Rocky, I don't eat the carbs. I'd literally just scrape the cheese and the meat off the top of them. Gino Gallagher, were you watching the first 10 minutes, bruv? Tim Norton, there's no such thing as an EMP-proof battery pack. Thoughts on Oregon seafloor bed? Did you watch the morning news? I either want good questions about the disaster cycle or give me a reason to be salty. Like, we got to do one of these things. Dude, gluten-free pizza is disgusting. It is disgusting. I don't know what you're talking about. When is Top G coming to the ranch? He has an open invitation, that's for sure. Is this the channel that explains stargates in the Mayan calendar? T. Cole. Most of these questions, it's either like a plain up, straight up, like watch the playlist, or it's how I have an answer to that. Everyone's talking about trans fats, transformers, wuss beer and stuff. I just want a Smoky AMD, Smoky and the Bandit Trans Am. Okay. Yeah. Boycott Bud Light. Still waiting. You being mean. Deal with it. Thoughts on vertical tectonic plate shifting, mountain building during the flip, especially in the Eastern Rockies? Very little chance. I don't think there's much chance of that at all. I think that the area on either side of the Mississippi is going to fall. I think that the Gulf of Mexico will probably rise and will no longer be underwater. I have no idea what's going to happen. Am I familiar with James McCanney? Bless me, Father. Have you ever heard of Noah? I don't know what's going to happen to New Zealand and Australia, but I think something big is going to happen. I do think Africa is going to split in half. Am I familiar with James McCanney? Are you familiar with your mother and father? John Murphy. See, I don't understand this. All right, John Murphy's asking a question here. Your last daily video mentioned heated thermal vents off the coast. Could this be a precursor? The point of me mentioning, I literally was talking about this morning that it could be a precursor of earthquakes. Hey, Richard Lewis, eat a dick. Like, I was literally talking this morning about how it could be a precursor of earthquakes. I don't understand your question. Who is Carl Davidson? I have no idea. He's got a cool ass name though. He sounds badass. When major storm tracks and subsequent earthquakes align, is that evidence of an underlying telluric current, i.e., do those events following an underlying electric circuit? I think that the electrical effect of the global electric circuit that's running with the storms has an impact on the earthquakes. Definitely. To fully explain that would take quite some time. Or you having read chapter 7 of Weatherman's Guide to the Sun. Do you ever see yourself stopping all the reading, research, and just live life preparing for the new era? No. I'll stop doing what I'm doing when the sun turns red. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. Hell no. Stormy, you're sniping people. Stormy's my rooftop Korean today. Holy moly. Question on Easter we couldn't really answer since we were wondering about it ourselves. Any comments on Corey Good and David Wilcock or the spiritual? On this one, if I have nothing nice to say, I'm not going to say anything at all. Thank you, Holland. Appreciate it. Pole shift of FE would look like throwing a Boston cream pie. I don't know what that means, Mary. I don't have any idea what that means. FE? Like flat earth? I'm not even going to address that one. What will be the best way to deal with all the dead? There's going to be too many to deal with. Let's just hope they stay dead. Do you imagine after all this, like if we have to deal with zombies too? Jeez. Hugo's. When does the Antichrist get here? When does Jesus return? What makes you think I've got an answer for a question like that? Like, what in the history of watching this channel makes you think I have an answer for when Jesus is returning or when the Antichrist gets here? You've been watching the world. Seems like he might be here already. The Antichrist, not Jesus. Did you get back to Jean-Pierre Robitaille? Close. Pierre-Marie Robitaille, yes. He's thinking about Micronova a lot. No one knows the hour, Hugo. Is Boston too close to the Atlantic? Jasper. Woo. Yeah. Human behavior and CMEs. Thoughts? Like, other than all the stuff I've reported on in the last decade, and other than the stuff that's in chapter 6 of the book, yeah, human behavior is affected by CMEs, cosmic rays, solar flares, geomagnetic storms. Cognition goes down, emotional instability goes up, fear and panic reactions go up, autoimmune issues surge. But you were asking about behavior, huh? Do you have an original unredacted copy of the Adam and Eve by Chan Thomas? I have all three. You asked that before, and I replied to you. I have all three versions: the one from the '60s, the one from the '70s, and the one from like 1992. And they are all available online. How do you keep your mind right? Hugh goes, I have no idea why my brain just like sees your comments. It's like the fourth one in a row. How do you keep your mind right? Don't eat like crap. Don't put crap in your body. Exercise every day. Heal your brain. So no push-up contest now. There will be no GPS after the flip, Skippy Doo. There's not going to be any satellites. There's not going to be any electricity. Cody says, you address people in such a pompous manner. Cody, what's it like being such a what's it like not being able to handle somebody just being real and talking to you? What's it like to not be able to handle this much harshness? What's your plan? The son is like, all right, I've had enough of these and attacks. Grow up. Ridiculous. You treat somebody like so pompous. Good evening, Rebecca Joe. Who located the ranch water well? A team of like 6 of us did. I don't think I'd want to put anyone on blast in the middle of a live stream. Rude. Carla Joe. Guess what? Anybody who demonstrates they are literally so weak that they can't handle some of the things that are coming out of my mouth, I'm just blocking you. Like, it's not like we're hurting for subscribers. If you are literally such a snowflake that you can't handle this kind of discourse, I'm going to melt you on the spot. I heard someone say, eat meat, drink water, and work out like your life depends on it every day. That's a great start to get your mind right. I have never, ever met somebody who works out regularly and is depressed. Never. I've never met somebody who exercises every day and has a good diet and they have a poor mental state. Never seen it. Who's asking for this? Sorry, text messages. It's not a text-a-thon like it often is. Thank you for coming to Arizona last Saturday. It was fun. It was nice to get together. I'm sorry you took a cold or allergy bug back with you. I'm glad I met you. Vicky, rewind this video back to the start. You guys snitch on yourselves like nobody I've ever seen. I can't believe like the way you guys just snitch on yourselves with some of the, forgive me, morons that you listen to on the internet. Some of the things you believe. I can't believe you guys are this serious as snitches. Good God. Stop snitching. Stop snitching. Afton, Wyoming, or Park City, Utah safe? I have no idea where those places are. And I'm not going to pull up a map right here in the middle of a live stream for that. Gnostic Cat Society, you just snitched on yourself. Jacques, learn it. You're snitching on yourself. Tyler Broussard, you're snitching on yourself. When you started getting so much healthier, did you have carb cravings? And if so, how did you deal with them? Yeah, I had carb cravings, but I knew what my goal was. So I just didn't eat them. I don't need to be motivated. I don't need a rationale. I don't need a crutch. If I want something, I just do it. Jackie, learn it. Not snitching equals speaking truth yet. Those nope, you're snitching on yourself. You think I've been doing this long? And I every single person that you guys can think of that you listen to, that you write their name and here and there, I know exactly who they are. I know a lot of them personally. I have gone over like anybody whose name would have been mentioned more than one or two times. I've heard it. I've looked into their stuff, given it a full up and down. I don't love Alex Jones, but it's just goddamn true. He's been right so many times about so many things. He still has a lot of problems with himself, but I like Bear Independent. I'm not going to lie. I do. What about the Balkans in blast wave terms? Is 3,500 feet enough? I have no idea. It depends on it depends on what part of the Balkans you're in. Give me a second here. Yeah. Some of the areas there are not going to go so well. Others might be okay. But a lot of that has to do with how much earthquake activity is there. That's an area that could go vertically one way or the other. I'm not sure. There's certainly worse places to be, no doubt about it. That one has its positives and its negatives. Rose says, I cannot eat regular store beef. I do pay for the organic with no antibiotics, no steroids, no hormones, and no dye. Yes, it's more expensive, but it's worth it. I get up at 5 and go to bed sometimes at 2. Whoa. You need more sleep. Dude, look at Stormy. Stormy, your body count is getting racked up here. Holy moly. Not the sexual one. She's just sniping the shit out of people here being dumbasses in the chat. Dude, Stormy Scope is working overtime. Aircrete Zen, converting second bus and learning Aircrete, looking for land south of Penrose, looking forward to moving from North Carolina. Why south of Penrose? I will say something I don't understand. I don't understand so many people who are like, I want to move somewhere close to the ranch. And it's like, so you want to be on your own, knowing that you're half a day's walk away from the ranch, half a day's walk from somewhere where there's going to be dozens of people who can help protect you. Instead, you're going to be surrounded by preppers you don't know, a lot of them ex-military, all gun crazy, and the other half of the people are meth heads. I like the idea that so many observers are moving to the general area. Honestly, a lot of the people who are preppers there, they ain't trying to make friends. They ain't trying to make friends. And when stuff goes wrong, pray they don't know that you've got preparations. Right on, Tyler. Appreciate those words. So you're saying Corey Good is not a reliable source. My life is a lie. I don't know how to respond to that, bro. I have observations interesting to look at. Channel non-monetized. I just want to share. It's El Rado's Electric Universe. Don't mind the bad music. We won't. Stephanie. Ha. For Stormy. We're going to name Stormy Click Click. I like this. Yep. Stormy, your new nickname is Click Click. Angelique. Chan Thomas said this area or that area will be safe zones. Guess what? Chan Thomas made a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. For example, Chan Thomas mentioned the new pole positions. He mentioned them correctly, but he talks about a 2-mile high wave coming from the Pacific. That's how it came last time. You can't put the poles where they're going and have the wave come from the Pacific. Can you? Nope, that was the last one. Chan Thomas hypocritically goes against his own words 8 times. Nautic pasta. It's possible. I don't think too many lone wolves are going to make it. For too many different reasons. You missed my first blah, blah, blah I sent before I typed the question. Could a nuke, sub, or aircraft carrier survive at sea? Maybe. Maybe. Now it depends where they are, what happens in that part of the world. Are they underneath the L shell discharge? Are there major volcanoes going off there? Is there sloshing? Is there land rising or falling? It's too broad of a question for me to have a good answer for you, brother. You said you need 300 to join the ranch? That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Ben, have you seen the short animated Beyond the Reset? It's on YouTube. No, I have not. I don't watch other stuff on YouTube. Thoughts on Tennessee for a location? I don't watch Corbett or the Corbett Report, but I don't mind him. He's not bad. Many of us would like to join the ranch, but all of us do not meet the requirements. What are we to do? Which requirements are you talking about? Uncommon news. That's an interesting one. And I believe you. Dano, thanks for the teal pair. I appreciate it. Bye, Tracy. Snowflake. Melted. I sniped you before Stormy could. Da-da. Click. No, I don't watch other stuff on YouTube. If there was good, worthwhile stuff to watch on YouTube, I wouldn't have a channel. JB, appreciate that. Janie, one of those two. Veronica Lake, I'm not going to talk about that here. Email me if you want to. Anybody who has questions about joining the ranch, you can email us at observerranch.com. The link is down there. I was hoping to not talk about that too much today. Justin Redlin, do you ask how the Big Burb's coming along? You follow the channel? Watch the last video. Marty, thank you. Nautic says, community is not sure if you've heard of AmCon, but it's nationwide. Within that group, plenty of observer. Please keep up the good work. I enjoy your dailies. I have no idea what AmCon is. But if you got an ex-special forces dude living next door to you, and he's not an observer, and he's not looking to make friends, I don't like your chances. So I build a virtual aircraft for living. Guys like me call ourselves poly benders. I guess I'm going to have to give that a rethink. That's funny. That is funny. Wes, did you watch the morning show? I was discussing that. Yes, Cascadia is one of the most dangerous faults in the world right now. Lowrider says there's too many internet interactive activities, limited hangouts. You have to be able to trash the lies and discern the truth. Isn't that a fact? Ready for ranch gathering. I'm ready for style family reunion. Right on, brother. Aircrete said, I have solid crew of disaster management contractors, but you are right about rural mindset. Cooperate with the ranch. Look out for your raiders. There's going to be enough of us there. ADT 63, that is not what I said via email. That is not what I said via email. Why don't you go back and reread it? Something tells me you scrolled through most of what I read and zeroed in on one thing down at the bottom. Why don't you try actually reading the whole thing? Unless you're going to CNN my emails. Which means not actually take the time to figure out what's going on. Dr. Tamitha, a friend of yours, question mark. Again, it's Tamika, and no, she is not. She is a shill. I don't have any respect for anybody falling for that thirst trap. Or any thirst trap for that matter. It's 2023. Get your shit together. Denver is mighty close to the ranch. 2 hours is mighty. The 2 hour drive is mighty close. Susie says, just made it home. How many SOs are just learning how to do things from the Bronze Age or Viking Age? What are you learning every day? Should be learning something. What is a thirst trap? Bruv, does your Google not work? Yes, Tupac is going to be at the ranch. Having issues for construction contractors, question mark. No, we are not. Two hours from the Atlantic? That's too close. Look at all you guys answering the question of what a thirst trap is. I'm texting Kat. Give me a second. Not worried about Cheyenne Mountain either, 59 Alpha. How are you going to power your CO2 scrubber in your bunker? That's funny. We are not planning to have any power. We are not planning to live full time in our bunker. People who think you're going to need to spend all your time in the bunker, you're incorrect. It's going to be for brief periods only. CO2 scrubber. No, you don't need a CO2 scrubber and you don't need power, and you probably won't be able to have it anyway. I got my name on the Mobile Observatory, was a long-time donator until PP got political, subscribed to the Disaster Prediction app. I'm glad to contribute here. Really appreciate your work, Ben. Thank you, Roos. Appreciate that. Lucas, thank you for the teal pair. Gabrielle, what in the hell are you talking? All right, so this person just comments, enough already. You have no respect for me. Info available elsewhere. Thin Ice Ben. Bye, Snowflake. Who the hell are you? I have no idea who you are. Sniped. Stormy, I'm catching up. Body count on the rise. Seriously, people are such terrible snowflakes. CO2 is plant food. I don't think Greenland will overshoot the equator very much at all. Mr. Anton Lucas, you know damn well I haven't had boosters. Kurt, you're a loser. Goodbye. Get your girl out of my DMs. Like, I don't know where people think that. And like, here's the thing: like, if I block you here, like, you're blocked forever. Like, you're never gonna be able to comment on the observers again. What makes you guys think that you're gonna come here and talk shit or be a moron, and you're not gonna get sniped? I guarantee you, within the next 10 seconds, somebody's gonna write something stupid. It's gonna happen. Texting Cat again. See, all you guys posting something stupid are keeping me from seeing people who actually post something stupid. Like, you guys are funny, but there could be people here that need sniping. There could be snowflakes that need melting. And Stormy's back too. We're like, Stormy and I are sitting up here like, all right, you gonna get him first or am I gonna get him first? What if you're wrong? Sorry, I'm new here. What if I'm wrong? Bruv. Camacho. That was for you, Doc. Sunshine says, don't try cooking raccoon. It hadn't crossed my mind to try to cook a raccoon, but do I have a gun? Jesse Skills. Oh my God. Yeah, we've got guns. Do you have any firearms? I'm not a Fed. Hello, fellow dissident. Would you like to tell me any of your more extreme ideas? Tracy, no, Yellowstone is broken. Plenty of good stuff on that in the playlist. What about Barnard Star? Watch the playlist. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be sniping also with watch the playlist when it's clear you guys haven't watched the playlist. It's funny, Adam. Shout out to McCucumber for no good reason whatsoever. Well-armed progressive here. Progressive like liberal? All right, we got somebody serious here. Pushing the limits of what YouTube will allow, flipping more to Rumble, things side discussion with other observers in SC. As soon as Rocky's leg stops hating him, we're going to be on Rumble much more often. Recorded a bunch of stuff for Rumble, and then Rocky broke himself. He'll be back eventually. How are you going to deal with rabies? We don't have it here in Australia. What kind of a question is that? There's not a ton. It's not like there's a ton of rabies. You know, like 2 or 3 people die of rabies in the United States every year, and that's all. Hey, auctioning my time. If you keep posting the same thing over and over again, Stormy's going to snipe you. And then you're never going to be able to comment on the channel ever again. Susie, you live mostly off the grid. You seem to catch almost every single one of these live streams, though. So you still have some connection to the world. I say this with love, Susie. Chris Stevens, no, I'm 38 years old. Will be thinner and thinner and thinner as time goes on. I'm going to donate 5 just for the entertainment value. Sniper Mondays. I like it. I think it's Tuesday, though. Hey, liberals, Ben is joking about the whole disaster thing. Move to coastal cities. Yeah. If you're a Democrat, everything I'm saying is a lie. I'm just totally wrong about all this. By all means, move to New York, move to LA, stay in Chicago for all I care. Start moving to Florida as fast as you can. You'll be happier there. I promise. Dana, thank you. Anna Maria, thank you for the teal pair. Will Waffle House survive the disaster? Obviously. I hope you're wrong, but your math adds up, and hope is not a strategy. Well, you are absolutely right about that. I don't do 300-second timeouts, says Stormy. No. Santa Claus doesn't give any breaks. No, there are no warnings. There are no warnings. Fred Redbeans, Democrats and Republican politicians are two sides of the same coin. Here among the normal people, absolutely not. Tour Middle Tennessee next time, and we treat you to homebrew oatmeal stout, best homemade brisket deep dish pizza. Love undivided, my friends. Joshua, that sounds lovely. I don't drink. I don't do carbs. So, slight modifications pending. I just saw GSD Alpha somewhere in there. What's up, buddy? I was scrolling and I just saw your name briefly. What's going on, man? John, did you just send me a sad video game controller? Oh. Just Rob. Isn't that the truth, though? The Democrat and Republican politicians are two sides of the same coin, are all full of crap. But when it comes to the people who take such identifications down at this level, oh, there's a huge difference. Not two sides of the same coin. Did I talk about the Alaska auroral swirl yet? Just got here. No, but dude, that happens every single time there's a rocket launch. Pretty sure that one was SpaceX. Ben, don't you believe in ascension? Not in the crap you hear online about 5D this, and there's going to be an energy wave that comes down, and all of our DNA is going to magically transform into something, and we're all going to elevate into these greater conscious beings. No, that's a whole bunch of bullshit. There is nothing free in this universe. Nothing free in this universe. I lived one step above Amish. I'm my own water and power company, satellite internet. Satellite internet, baby. I like it. Contemplating that for the ranch, actually. Nanobotic tech and biological carbon based mass. Dano, form full sentences, bruv. I don't understand what you're asking. Peace, love, pride, and prejudice. You're wrong. You are wrong. End of story. Did I see the Rob Lowe joke on there? Thanks, Nye. Appreciate that. Mammoth Lake, 7,500 feet. My greenhouse was under 10 feet of snow all winter. I dug it out last week. The warm compost didn't freeze. Ooh, and the garlic was already sprouting. That's awesome, VC. Awesome. AMAS Channel 2, got to fly, but next time you have a layover at DFW, I'd be happy to buy you a steak. Right on, man. Might be a while before I'm at DFW again. Hey, Jenny Lewis, you're a moron. Oh, who did Stormy snipe? I like how some of you guys are just complaining. Like, Ben's only answering the super chats. And first of all, I've answered like 100 things that weren't super chats today. But just so you know, once you get to about 40 or 50,000 subscribers, it is common knowledge that you have to focus on the super chats because there's no way to keep up with everything else. We have almost 700,000. We're talking about 100% across the board, across the world, known for the last decade. Once you get that many subscribers, there's nothing you can do. And so, sniped, snowflake melted, Zzz, commercial. Helen, the more want to know, we'll see northern southern lights at the equator eventually. Yeah, we will. Yeah, everything from Hugo's that I've answered was not a super chat. And like literally half the things. Vicky, and guess who never gets to talk on my channel again? Dumbass. Do you think August at Yellowstone is a good idea? I don't understand your question. Keep up your strength, get well. Kids need us. Yes, they do. I don't understand how, like, seriously, how? What are my thoughts on the Creative Society's 2036 prediction? No. I made a video about that. You should watch the playlist. I don't get how these people still think they're going to get away with having an attitude, false facts, and talking shit in these comments and think that they're just going to be allowed to do that. Like, people, like, I don't understand. People are dumb. J. Carl, be careful. Say something else. And I will repeat this for those who don't know. Do you know why I act this way on the live streams? To test you, to see if you can handle this kind of back and forth, to see if you can handle this kind of harshness. Because if you can't handle this, what's your plan when the sun attacks? If you like, take this, take it, and then just deal with it. If you find it annoying, you think that all the stuff that's coming is going to be nice and friendly? No. Why don't you deal with something annoying every once in a while? Sit and have somebody yell at you for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes. If you have nothing like in your life that tests you, that challenges you, that annoys you, so to the point where you are like getting like that over this, you're pitiful. Test yourself. That's why I do this during the live streams. Did any prior civilizations have tech like ours? I think they had beyond what we have. Why do I not go on Joe Rogan? Have you tried? Oh my God. Joe Rogan wants nothing to do with this. Joe Rogan couldn't handle this. And yes, Pinu, Turner, I am weeding out the chaff. I love it when people themselves away as snowflakes. I love it when Stormy snipes them or when I snipe them. We don't want you here if you're a snowflake. End of story. Mr. Ant and Lucas, we could have 15, 20 years. Russell Brand would be better, although I don't know if he might be controlled opposition too. But then again, literally, like people in our community will agree with like 99.99% of something somebody says, and then they'll hear one thing they don't like, and they'll be like, oh, he's controlled opposition. I no longer want to listen to anything they have to say ever again. We snipe Siths around here too. How long will it be before the landmass at the equator starts to change? The magnetic poles doesn't change that at all. It won't be until the solar micronova. Yes, I just said 15 to 20 years. It could be 1 year. It could be 20 years. Anybody who tries to give you more certainty than that is bullshitting you. Who wins, me or Chuck Norris? How old is Chuck Norris? I don't know how old Chuck Norris is. In his 70s? 80? 80 years old. If he's actually 80 years old, I might have a shot. I don't know though. I've seen some pretty fit 80-year-olds. What do I think of Doug Vogt's work? Oh, I don't know. You could maybe watch the playlist and find out. Age fears Chuck Norris. I like that. Jax, end of July, Yellowstone, probably about 70 degrees. I don't know what that means, but no. All right, this is starting to devolve. Chuck Norris did not pass away. Hold on, that can't be right. He's 83 years old. I might have a shot. I might have a shot. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be on Joe Rogan. JK, I see that one. Canadian Prepper did not say he watches me every morning. Mossman. He has dissed me many times. Helen, I wouldn't count on anything being solid. Justin Brown, no, I don't have a way to let YouTube know that observers don't buy V-Shred. But you got to admit, that dude is convincing the first time you watch him. Like the first time you watch him, even in the back of your head, you know it's bullshit. You're like, man, this guy's pretty good at what he does, huh? Anyway, have I seen the Russian documents on cyclical cataclysms from 83? It talks about everything you do, but more. I don't know if it's fake or real. I have no idea what document you could be talking about, Adam. Shrimpson, yes, I do think we're 25 to 30% down in the magnetic field. No, there is not a racetrack on the ranch. All right, guys, we've been doing this for 90 minutes. Had some fun. Snipe melted a lot of snowflakes. Ooh, that felt good. Felt good. But anyway. Guys, I wish I could answer every single freaking question there was. That'd be awesome. A lot of good resources below the video. Much appreciated, everyone. Much appreciated. Hopefully my voice will be just fine in the morning. Yeah. Appreciate all the love here, guys. People keep writing Ecuador. When you hear Ecuador, think South Pole. That's what you should be thinking. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the morning for the show. Be safe, everyone.